Hey, it's the hot boys back. It feels good to say that for once this year. Uh, Going hard, but yeah, man, we just had a crazy UFC 313. I enjoyed the card, man. That card was pretty lit. What did you think, man?
It was a cool card. It's later when you're winning too. So of course,
Yeah, everything feels better when you're winning.
you feel
Exactly.
me?
And that Ankalaev win didn't feel as bad because we're all cheering Pereira, of course, just on
Yeah,
aura alone.
I mean, just like
Uh,
what he's done, but it's like Hey, I mean,
we
which is
like we
crazy
said,
though. But still, which is crazy. Like he won the fight, but he didn't even win it by how we thought he was gonna be by like takedowns and shit. He couldn't get one takedown. Literally 0 for 11.
yeah, it was more pinning, more
Yeah,
more just pinning against the cage, pushing. But I mean, that's part of the IQ of the fight, man. I know it's not popular as far as a style of fight as a fan, but at the end of the day, that's the sport, and like people find ways to take advantage of rules and just like make the best out of the game. That's part of the game. And if they really think that's weak and they want to remove it, then eventually they're gonna have to change the rules in the sport.
nah, yeah, he's had a good game plan. Pereira
Mhm.
was like hesitant. I mean, he's moving back the whole fight. He couldn't get
Yeah,
down on his punches and stuff like that. And then what's the name was like handing Larder. He rocked him in what was it the third or some shit, second, where
yeah, no,
Pereira had to clinch to like stay alive, but he was hurt.
yeah, exactly. That's why when people say it's a robbery, I don't know if it's like saying, "Oh, Pereira should have won." Like I thought there was a chance that they would have still gave the decision of Pereira, and that would have been a robbery to Ankalaev. But we've seen that before.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I mean, yeah, it's a I for sure gave it to Uncle Larry, but like if they would have done some fake shit and be like, and the winner by split decision, and still it would have been like people like a lot of people wouldn't have been like mad about it. So like, but
Nah,
at
because
least
they like him.
yeah, at least now like I mean he's gonna get the automatic rematch. It's the biggest. That's the only fight at 205 to
Hmm.
do. You know what I mean? So it's just
And,
hopefully just a next. He knows that he can deal with the takedowns. He just gotta like he gotta go for the kill. He just kept going for the
hmm
like he kept going for the like the leg strikes, which is very like take you like it hurts and like you can stop the fight, but it's like you gotta get connect on that fool's chin.
Yeah, it was good. The leg kicks were good and effective early, but like yeah, like you said, like you can't keep moving back, especially like Pereira's not known for that. But maybe he thought he was gonna keep getting counter shots, like,
Well, no,
oh,
it's like
let me time a counter.
well, it's also
But
like what the Schaub was trying to say, and not in a dumbass way, but it's like he was just also too hesitant on worried about the takedowns.
oh yeah, no, 100%.
'Cause that's the thing, like
That's
when
right.
you're a striker and you see it, like you're like, fuck, you got to be always on point. You're worried about, you're scared to let your like what you got go. But yeah, we'll see what
Mhm.
happens in the rematch. Good for
Uh,
Ankalaev. He finally got the belt after getting played.
yeah. So
John.
people are booing so hard, but no Shama. The other one, hey, I have to say, and I know a lot of people always say this, but the judges, man, was a little sketchy for me too, because I definitely had a play on Francis Marshall at plus money, and I got him at a good number too, plus 285. I was pissed
Yeah, I thought he
because
was.
I
I
was
thought he
so
won for
sure
sure.
that he won. I was so sure, and then all of a sudden they talk about when I heard 30-27 Marshall, I was like, how can we lose? Like, like it's split Marshall then at worst. And motherfucker said 29-28 the other way. Like, what is going on here? What is going on? But yeah, fuck all that. What else? So let's go over this and then we'll continue to talk about the card while we break it down. But yeah, man, we the boys on the show for our best bets. We both went 4-0, went
Hey,
undefeated. Let's go 8-0 together.
that might be the
Nesto
first
here
time ever on this show.
to go undefeated. I gotta look
Yeah,
back. I think we might have done it maybe last year once,
yeah, because
maybe.
that's no. Last year was terrible for sure.
Yeah, no,
For
last year
me.
was a bad year. Maybe it was the year before
Yeah,
when
but
we
yeah,
started.
that's rare.
But yeah, man, we got he got plus 5.15 units, man. Uh got the Justin Gagey at plus 135, which Justin Gagey pretty much dominated most of the fight.
Basically, a
Uh,
carbon copy of the first fight. It was Justin Gaethje lost the first round, but then he
mhm.
just
Yeah.
he just won the rest of it because he for
Fiziev
sure
just took
lost
less
that first
damage.
round.
Yeah, Fiziev came out hot again. Like that's kind of
And
how
no,
he
it
does it.
what's crazy is he came out with the wrestling and took him down with ease. I'm surprised
Mhm.
Fiziev didn't stick to that because after watching the first round, I was like, oh hell no, because he was able to get that fool down like it was nothing. I was watching the Mighty Mouse breakdown when he had that top triangle on Gaethje. Mighty Mouse was like, I was watching his live reaction. He's like, he was screaming for what's his name to go for the Kimura. He's like, that would have been a submission right there. So that just shows you, Fiziev, he's not that. His IQ ain't all the way there yet because he probably could have tapped Gaethje out like Mighty Mouse was saying with a Kimura or broke his arm because he had the position and he had the leverage and also he had the top. But yeah, shout out to Gaethje.
Yeah, he's more of a kickboxer, so it was like you said, it was surprising to see him actually go towards the grappling. But yeah, man, Gaethje, he did take some shots in that fight though, but he took it well. As usual, as most of the time, people were concerned because how is he going to come off of that Max Holloway knockout if his chin was still good? Because that's part of his strength is his durability has always been solid, except for that's why it's so crazy that Max Holloway slept him like that. So, but yeah, man, continuing, obviously we talked about Ankalaev. You hit on Ankalaev, like you said, bro. And like we said on the show, even though, like I said, I was cheering for Pereira. If you watched the group chat on Wax 2, I picked Ankalaev and I said this was a betting spot. I was like, betting wise, this is just an obvious spot that if you're like following, sports betting, that's like the situational spot that you would fade Pereira there, and the crowd and the hype and all that too. But our hearts were just the other way. And then you hit a plus 180 parlay with Bahamondes and Joshua Van, which big ones as well. Bahamondes retired Jalen Turner. What the fuck?
Up. That was a good fight too. It was only one round, but they were going at it.
Yeah, no, dope ass fight. And I feel like Bahamondes is always in a scrap. And that's another thing. Like betting on him gets nerve wracking because he is amazing and he's so talented, but he also is down for a scrap every time. And he, you can get finished at any time.
Latino fighters, man.
Yeah. And then Joshua Van pulled it out against against the Japanese undefeated prospect, like we talked about.
One-dimensional though.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of these Japanese grapplers are kind of one-dimensional. You notice
because that's what they do out there. It's either they just strike hella or just grapple. They still like old school out there. They don't like mix it up as much. There's only like a handful.
Yeah. So
whereas like Van, he just grew up on trying to mix martial arts.
Yeah, and the thing is, like on the hands, Vance was just killing him. And once that grappling didn't really work for the other dude, Van took over.
Because this fight, like they were making a big deal about it, is the first time that two fighters in the UFC had fought each other that were born like in the year 2000 and up.
Yeah, youngest fight matchup ever. So, hey, that's dope. I mean, they both got futures. I think that Japanese guy, he's still young, so obviously he's gonna bounce back.
Yeah, it just showed like his style's like whack. Because even at the end, remember he was like faking it, where he kind of got kicked in the balls, but it was like more of a body shot, and he was like kind of done. He was like, he like stopped. He was like trying to almost get out of there.
Nah, that'd be so shameful for the Japanese people if he pulled like a Brundage or something.
Nah, yeah, for sure.
You need a Harikari, that shit. Just take yourself out.
But that was a big parlay that I went in on. Like, I went in maybe like 10 units on that thing.
That was a big one on the weekend.
Yeah, that one.
That was a big combo.
And Gaethje. Those are the two ones that I like made the most bread off of.
Let's go. And then the other parlay, we hit partial. It was originally Liao who dominated, finished Morono. Rufy with the viral spinning heel kick on King Green.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. man. That was crazy. And then the Curtis Blades fight got canceled. So that was the third leg. But, we still hit it, because it was just worse odds. But you still get the unit. So we're flying high here. And for me, on the show, just engaging. And let me tell you, man, I'm so sad on that because when it got closer to, I think it was Friday, the day before, I ended up betting back on Fiziev. And I bet on the over on that fight too, but I ended up not cashing on Gaethje because I bet back on Fiziev.
Yeah, that's what I flipped on the. I didn't put this bet on here, but like my own shit where I came up to was also like the Lemos bet.
Oh, yep. I lost money on Lucindo too, man. Lucindo got dominated in that fight. As
soon as I seen the blonde hair on Lemos, I was like, and then I thought about like how you were saying like she got the hands and like Yeah, Lucinda was just like a little. She couldn't do nothing to her,
experience.
like not even grappling until the third round. She finally did something, but even when she got her in the third, she was just holding her down.
Yeah, and on top of that, when I was thinking about while the fight was happening, I was just like, when you just like realize, like, man, I was so dumb. Like, what way was Lucindo gonna win? I was just thinking about it. I was like there are so many ways. Just an experience on Lemos, like regardless of her being technically better or not, it's just like the experience level for her is just so great. She was in a title contention against Weili Zhang, like arguably one of the GOATs. Like that's crazy. But yeah, man. And for me, the Joshua Van at minus 185, I was hyped on that. People were starting to bet on that Japanese dude last minute because when it got closer to the fight, Joshua Van got a lot cheaper. So somebody was taking shots on that Japanese guy. And then I also cashed on Bahamondes as well. And then I had the same parlay with Liao, Rufi, and Blades that got canceled. But we're in there, man. I know a lot of our picks were similar, but I mean, we just saw winners, bro. We just saw winners. So
Best bets, bro. That was it. So
yeah,
hopefully, shout out to y'all who peeping. Hopefully, y'all
yeah.
got in on that.
Let's go. But yeah, we got a little cool down card at the Apex here, UFC 104. The name value isn't good on here, but I feel like these are some decent matchups, not odds wise, but if you're just enjoying some MMA, man, this is not bad. But starting out, we got the opening fight. They're putting a lot of horny fights on here for you. But we got Yunezi Duben against Carly Judice, which are basically no-name people, contender series type of people here. But the odds are kind of wide here. We got Judice, who's a minus, I believe 400 now. Yeah, Judice is minus 400 and Duben's plus 330 right now, roughly in that range. Yeah, man, I'm going to start by saying this. Like, Judice should win easily because she's technically better in all aspects, except for power. Because I've actually watched these two girls in all their fights, not prelims, but from contender series and shit. And man, but at these odds, bro, let me tell you, Duben is live, just like how she got the contract because she was like a big plus 1,000 underdog or something like that, and she knocked out the other girl on contender series with one shot. And in that weight class,
she's like an Asian kind of chick, right?
Yeah, she's technically Colombian, I think.
But she's like the Chinese Colombian though. Like she got
probably
like Asian heritage.
Some Chinos pockets.
Hey,
Yeah, she is
what's
from
her name?
Venezuela, actually. Yunezi Duben. Yeah, but she's gonna throw some power, bro. It's gonna be her only chance of winning. I think is to knock Judice out. And I think here's the thing: Judice is decently durable, but she can be hit. She's technically pretty solid, but she leaves her face out there. And I think that it could be worth a sprinkle. I don't think let me check the props, but
500 plus 500 for the Duben by KO plus 550.
550, yeah, it's not bad. I mean, if you're gonna play Duben at all, like even if you're talking about pizza money or whatever you want to talk about, maybe a little of that pizza needs to go on the KO because I really think that's the only way she could win. Yeah. I don't think she's gonna outpoint Judice at all. So yeah. And also, I mean, the under overs at 2.5, overs minus 170, women's fight. If Judice wins, which is likely, I think she wins by decision. So you can look on that side too. But I don't feel like putting Judice in a parlay necessarily. I don't know. I got to think about it. The greasy ones, one of those greasy, sketchy ones. She might be on the potential disappointment one, one of those. But who do you have on here?
I'll probably just go with the underdog just because she's the viral chick. Been getting a lot of love too. She be at the UFCs, taking pictures with everybody. I follow her on IG now, so yeah, I'm gonna just go with the big dog.
Okay. Does she be posting any workout videos or anything? Or is she just out here just trying to thought up? But hey, that she should just use this as a stepping stone.
Hey, but she's sleeping chicks. That's rare. They only got a lot of people who sleep women like that, and like you know what I mean. So like,
that's why Dana signed her immediately too. Like as soon as she knocked her out, he's like, "Yeah, I need this girl here."
The Judice chick's like on a 2-fight losing streak.
Yeah, so she does need to win because she's technically technically sound, I would say. Solid striker. She lost 2 splits though,
Yeah,
against
one was
some
to
decent. Oh,
Ernesta.
Fernandez is sketch. Yeah,
Ernesta
Ernesta.
sketch too.
She's sketch. She's not. She's technically. See, that's the same vibe. Those are the same vibe of people as far as like technically they have great striking and they have solid clinching and they look good when they strike, but like they're not it. They don't got aura. They don't got the dog in them. Sometimes, well, Judice might, but
Yeah, I think
Ernesta, I feel like
she
doesn't.
got the
But
aura too.
I'm with it, dude. Ben, I think the value's there. I just think the line's too wide, so the value's there, and I think Ben is live and live by KO. So that's why I just think betting wise, if you're asking me, I'm not betting Judice at minus 400 right now.
Yeah.
Maybe minus 200 I would have. But next up, got Josiana Nunez against Priscilla Cachoeira. Speaking about horny fights. Yeah, man, this is an interesting fight. You got Cachoeira once again, the underdog as usual. She's usually always the underdog here. Zombie girl. She is a plus 150 and Nunez minus 175. Yeah, I think Priscilla Cachoeira is live here, bro. I don't like Josiana Nunez, man. She looks like a dude. She strikes like crazy, so she can knock someone out for being only 5'2". But I just, Priscilla's, she's not, I don't think she's going to get knocked out necessarily. She's been zombie girl for a reason. I think she's live. She sucks. She's not good by any means. So this fight is sketch overall, and I haven't put a bet on it, but I think no way am I laying, and neither of these people that are favorite I would bet on as a favorite. You know what I mean? Like I'm not risking minus 175 on this chick right here. So I'm going Priscilla Cachoeira here, and possibly by knockout. Let's see what's the knockout prop here. Priscilla Cachoeira by knockout is plus 325. Maybe I put some more pizza money, some Papa John's money, some maybe some round table money or Little Caesars money, depending how you get down at what price range. But yeah, I can't do anything else with Josiah Nunez, man. That's just sketch.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, especially after looking at the records. Other girls she got a low top fade kind of thing going on. She's on a 2-fight losing streak against like mid tier chicks, and at least Cachoeira, like she's on a 2-fight losing streak, but it's against
Better comp.
contenders. Jasmine
Yeah.
Judavicius and Miranda Maverick. I mean, Miranda Maverick, she should be a contender, but she always
She is.
wins and then loses that one fight all the time. But yeah, man, yeah, this I for sure see value with Cachoeira, and she's a dog too. I mean, she's gonna fight for your money. So
Exactly. She's gonna lose. She's gonna go out fighting.
And yeah, and the other girl's not as grappling heavy, so like I for sure she feel like she got a chance.
Yeah, I think Cachoeira has the big advantage on the floor too, on the grappling and everything. So if she starts to implement grappling, I think Cachoeira got a real chance. We just got to see if she actually would ever do that. But yeah, next up, let's see here. Next up, we got not a chick fight. We got okay. This is a little banger here. We got Andre Lima 10-0 against Daniel Barres from Spain. 17-6, man. These are 125ers, man. The little people. But Andre Lima is on a little bit of a sketchy rise, a little bit. But he's the one known for getting bit originally on his debut, and he won, and he got that thing tattooed, and it was a whole thing. And then he ended up winning a split decision with Mitch Raposo, which I think that was kind of sketch because he was a minus 300 or something, and he only won by split. And then his last fight, he won against Philip Dos Santos, which I think that's impressive. I thought that was a good win. Barres, man, he got short arms. He packs a punch and he's powerful for sure. He's never been knocked out, so this might go over. But I just think the guys he's beaten, I'm not big on, like Filio, or he lost to Filio, but he beat Altamirano in his fights, and he's a little on the older side for being he's 36 for a guy that's only had a couple of UFC fights. So, and he's been out for a minute. So yeah, that's a long way of saying I'm going with Lima. He is a big favorite, so it's not a hot take. He's at minus 350, but I'm throwing him in a greasy parlay. Let's see what he is by decision. Him by decision roughly around minus 120. I'm good off that. Yeah, just greasy parlay. I'm throwing Lima in there.
Yeah, same.
Same as yeah. We're feeling that.
Because it's
He
like,
is good though.
yeah, but he's been coming off some good wins, so we got to take it.
Yeah, he's rightfully favored. I think the line's exactly where it's supposed to be honest. So next up, man, we got this crazy one. Hey, shout out to Carlos Vera, man. That's the dude that I took a picture with at my good friend Chris's wedding.
Hey,
Not Dr. Chris, but another Chris. But yeah, man, Carlos Vera. He's a old prospect here against a young prospect, Josiah Musasa, 8-0 from the Congo, Republic of Congo. And it's a wide line, man. You got the other dude, Musasa, is minus 800 right now. Wow.
God damn.
I saw him at like minus 500 at one point, 500-600 range. Now it's all the way to that. I mean, here's the thing, man. He should easily knock out Carlos Vera, but Musasa fights. I think he's like the only fighter from his country, like the Republic of Congo. So I'm sketch on that. Here's the thing. How do we know? I don't know much about how can he defend takedowns. Can he get back up if he gets on the ground? And that's the only thing about this wide line that makes me sketch out, because Carlos Vera, he's definitely one-dimensional. He's definitely his only path to victory is by submission, and that's it. And there's nothing else. So it's chopped for him. No offense, I'm still a fan, but it's not it. It's not it. So I'm going with Musasa here, but I'm going by knockout, but I wouldn't bet it. I wouldn't advise anyone to really bet it like that. Who do you like here?
Yeah, I gotta go with minus 800 is crazy.
Exactly. He
I'll
should
probably
win easily, but
yeah. What's in by knockout? What did you say you would do it? That's what
minus 145. I mean, it's not the best, but it's much better than minus 800. Because I think there's a high chance Musasa wins that way.
yeah,
high chance.
yeah. I would just go with the Musasi. Mufasa.
The people he be training with, though, it might be sketch. That's the only thing that's keeping me like back from just going all
Carlos
in.
Vera.
Next up, man, we got Dayar Ngozi, 10-0 against Brenton Ribeiro at the 205 weight here. I got a strong opinion about this that I already bet on, but I like Ngozi or whatever to dominate Ribeiro here. I think Ribeiro's only live by knockout. He's only going to throw hands and strike, and he's going to want to keep this striking. Ngozi got the power, but he's going to also throw that wrestling in, obviously. I already bet him actually straight up at minus 280, but now he's already a huge favorite. So maybe another greasy parlay piece for me at minus 350. So I'm going to throw him in there with my greasy parlay for the show for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Ribeiro's had more fights in the UFC.
For sure.
He got the experience, but yeah, I don't know too much about the other guy. What's his name?
He's a debut guy. The other guy's from Contender Series, so that's also
like maybe the over looks pretty good on here though. Minus 130, minus 1.5. I always like those. So
yeah, I think if Ngozi wins, it's going to last a little longer. But Ribeiro's probably going to try to mix it up and just really get in there and throw hands.
Yeah, I'll probably just pick for the show. I might go with Ribeiro. Fuck it, dog.
For the upset.
Yeah, just because I've seen him more. Yeah, but over might be a cool bet.
Over at what is it? 1.5 minus 130. Yeah, clench your butt cheeks type of shit. But I like the 1.5 overs.
Yeah, same.
All right, here's a good one. We got Sam Hughes against Stephanie Luciano, real prospect here. She's also from Contender Series, but she actually fought in the UFC already. She fought Talenta Alencar, which was the person she fought in the Contender Series before, and it was a draw. She ended up dominating and winning by decision in the rematch. And now this is her sophomore fight in the UFC against Sam Hughes. And once again, Sam Hughes, big dog kind of. Sam Hughes plus 200 right now. Luciano minus 235. And man, once again, I feel like I always say this, but even though she's the older person, she's not great, but she got that dog and she's gonna fight for your money. She did only get a split win against Dudakova, who's not so great. But I mean, she's fought here for a minute now, and she's fought pretty, all the mid-tier people in the division. All right. And it's been mixed results, but you do get a plus 200 with her. And man, I think I'm gonna go with Sam Hughes here. I think she's live on the upset, and I think Sam Hughes by points. Oh, it's only a plus 250. But I think that's kind of I don't see her finishing Luciano. Luciano is definitely gonna fight for your money too and really be down with that. But she's better, more of a prospect. Because I can't really say Sam Hughes is truly better at any really full aspect of MMA than her, but just other than experience. And I think they're kind of disrespecting her with this line. So I'm gonna go with my girl Sam Hughes.
Yeah, she upsetted me the last fight against Dudakova. It was a close fight, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a sketch fight. I never seen the other girl fight like that, Luciani. I don't know what she looked like.
She's they call her Rondinha.
Ronaldinho.
Ronaldinha.
Well, both her last fight
yeah.
was against. Both her last fights were against Talita Alencar.
Yep, one in Contender Series, which was a lightweight, kind of a bullshit draw. But she said she was like sick or something. I remember on that fight, like she had staph or some other shit.
And then she won.
And then she won on the rematch because she was a way better performance. Obviously, dominated the fight. But Alencar's ass and overrated, anyways. By the way, and nobody wants to talk about that or what.
She's weak.
Yeah, Alencar's weak. She's a pure jiu-jitsu lady, like old lady, I believe, or at least she looks old. No offense, but yeah, to me, I think Alencar's weak. So
I feel like Luciano's gonna be faster though than Sam Hughes.
Oh, for sure. She's better at striking. She's gonna be better at probably jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go with the favorite for this one. Oh, this is the people's main event coming up right here.
Oh, right here, dude. Oh, this is your main event. Waldo,
the
Cortez,
main
Acosta.
Event. So what is Acosta at 205 now, or is Span going up?
At heavyweight, Span's going up.
Dang,
this is crazy, man. Ryan Span, the talent that never was. He had so much potential. He's well rounded. His physique, pause. His size, pause. his height, his length, extra pause. But he just don't got it sometimes, and then he begins slept. But yeah, I mean, it's tough in this matchup because you got Cortez. He's like a minus 160, 165 right now. Ryan Span plus 145. Kind of rightfully so, to be honest with you, because I think Acosta got more of that dog in him. But he's kind of one dimensional, right? Like he's a point fighter, other than against Despain where he took him down a little bit. But
that's what he
try to throw them bombs.
Yeah, well, he's a boxer. He's a good. I think he's is he Cuban or he's Dominican?
He's Dominican.
Yeah, he's Dominican. But he's a good boxer. He's the worst leg kicks. His leg kicks are terrible. I mean, like, if you want to beat him, you just gotta kick him in the leg. That was his whole thing. Like, I remember he was that fight against who was it? Where he lost against De Lima.
Yeah, De Lima.
Or so he could have won easy. But the thing is, he be chunky. This one I gotta wait for like the weigh-ins to see how Waldo
I recommend
looks.
Seeing that
because this is gonna be
gotta
sketchy.
See
Ryan Span's always swole. But the thing is, this is his first fight at heavyweight, and it's different. Like,
how's he gonna handle it?
That's what I mean. Like, it's different with the 205ers in there. You with a real heavyweight, but if he can grapple, which I think he can win. Like he's live for sure, but damn, Costa's like a stinky pick though, because all his fights are sketch.
Yeah, I feel like Costa lightweight could only win not one way, but obviously through striking, right?
He could win by 3 rounds. But then Span too likes to get that one hit. He gets that one flash hit, and he be like done sometimes. Yeah, man, this is a sketch fight. But I'm gonna have to pick the Dominican. Fuck it, Dominicano, papi.
Yeah, I mean, either side I feel like is a stinky pick in a way. But I gotta go. I guess when in doubt, it's dog or pass for me, man. I like. I think I'm liking Span, but I got, like you said, I got to see how both dudes weigh in, size up, because Span's chin, like we've seen it, it's been kind of shaky. But skill wise, if he brings it to any type of wrestling and jujitsu, especially if it gets to the ground like that, I feel like Span could either. I think he can submit him. Ground and pound could be there too, but I think Waldo Cortez could kind of handle a lot of the ground and pound. He's a dog. He could take some punches. So Ryan Spann by sub is plus 385. That's not terrible. It's not terrible. I might look into some more Papa John's money on it or something like that. I don't know. I kind of like that, man. Spann by sub is live, I think. But that's gonna be the banger fight, man. But that's only still on the prelims. It's crazy. Next up, man, we got the main card here. Some young guy, no, Su Young Yu against AJ Cunningham, man. If you guys remember AJ Cunningham from Contender Series, and he was in the UFC taking short notice fight too, getting beat up. This is the kid that they're talking about, like had abusive parents, and then they like raised him with the pit bulls or whatever in the cages or whatever. It was crazy. Like, I forgot. I think it was Michael Bisping or someone that was like commentating and saying that shit during the Contender Series. And Contender Series be hella quiet too. It's not like people hella cheering like that. So his story was just made everyone extra quiet. Everyone's like, "What the fuck?" Well, it's crazy. But Su Young Yu, man, I don't know too much about this guy to be honest, but he's 14-3. His nickname is Yu Jitsu. So basically a big time grappler from Korea. Never been sub, so it sounds like he's going to be going for the submission artist, whereas AJ Cunningham's going to just try to keep his standing and not get picked apart. This is his second fight to UFC, but he is a road to UFC guy. So yeah, I think he wins, but you know what? I don't want to lay this type of line on this Asian dude that I don't know too much about. So a little staying away, but he's minus 700 right now, and AJ Cunningham is plus 500. So yeah, Cunningham's not great, but damn.
Yeah, I would just pick Su Young just for his name strictly.
Yeah, so yeah, he should win. What is he by sub? Su Young by sub is plus 185. I would do something like that maybe. Su Young by points though is plus 150. Any of those routes are probably better than the minus 700. But that's just me. But next up, man, I don't expect that to be fight of the night. Oh, it could be. But I'm going with some other fights here that I'm really interested in. We got Damon Blackshear against Cody Gibson at 135. This is interesting, bro. Cody Gibson's a dog, but he is now 37 and a half years old, going on 38. And you got Damon Blackshear. He hasn't been, his record is not sexy, but he is pretty, I think it's pretty solid. He's 30 years old. He's obviously going to want to do a lot of grappling. Cody Gibson can definitely grapple, though. So that's the part where I like Blackshear here, but I don't like the price. Blackshear is a huge favorite, minus 450 right now. Cody Gibson plus 350. Yeah, I picked Blackshear for the sake of it because I think Blackshear is the up-and-coming prospect. And Cody Gibson, he's great for the viewers, but he's not going to be champ, I don't think, anytime soon. So he's just there for the good fights. Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to end in maybe a submission. You think anyone's going to sub each other? Maybe by points, actually.
Nah, I think it's just gonna be like a boring fight. This thing, Damon Blackshear, he just wants to grapple you, try to sub you. But Griffin, like you said, Cody, he's pretty good at he's good. That's grappling is his specialty as well. And then think about him? He's hella big for the division, but
tall.
But I think just Damon's just gonna use just the strength because he's one of the guys that's the only person that hit a twister right for a submission.
Yeah,
him and the Korean Zombie, maybe somebody else, right?
Bryce
Mitchell too, yeah. So yeah, it's literally a handful. So I think it's just gonna be a boring fight, wrestle fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, some crotch sniffing, some man on man rolling.
Because the thing about Damon, like Blackshear, the way he likes to grapple through, he like sticks to you and then he does some trips and you know what I'm saying, brings you down. And I just like you said, I think just he's the younger guy. He'll be able to just have more out there. Cause Cody be
I think he's-
looking like old too. He be wearing like them little ankle socks or a knee brace or whatever.
yeah, and he's a dog, but he
He's, I
got that
mean,
recovering addict type of vibe.
he's always down to like what he can do, but I just feel like the skill of
Mhm.
Damon Blackshear is gonna be better.
100%. Next up, man, we got Alexander Hernandez against Kirk
Ooh.
Hollowball
Is
at
this a rematch?
155. I don't think so.
No, right?
No. No, but he's fought a lot of these like white people like these, like white dudes like this. Because before that he beat Austin Hubbard by split. Then he lost to Damon Jackson by split. He lost to Bill Algeo, then beat Jim Miller, lost to Billy Q. So I mean, at this point, he's no longer a prospect. He's been around. He's fought so many people and a lot of big names, and he's fought everyone. So at this point, I just I can't rely on him. So he should win against Hollowball, but I'm not laying Hernandez as a favorite anymore. I've learned my lesson in the past, and I'm not doing it again at minus. He's like almost minus 200 right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hollowball is live. I think not just Hollowball is live. I think anyone against Alexander Hernandez is live.
He went back up
to
though,
me.
right? He's back at his like better weight class instead of like cutting the hell of weight. So right? Like
Yeah,
what is
this
this
is at
at?
155.
Yeah. See, he was doing 145, and he's like too yoked for that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to just go with Hernandez because I said the same thing about that last time, and then he came back and won, and like you said, he went back to up a weight class and shit like that. So yeah, because Hollowball is just gonna be out there to brawl, scrap with you. So if he doesn't clip Hernandez like earlier or something,
Yeah,
yeah.
Hollowball is old
What's
too.
him by knockout? Hollowball.
Hollowball by knockout. Let's see. Hollowball by knockout is plus 500.
Yeah.
Not bad. Yeah, I think that's live for sure. If you like the Hollowball side, for sure. I mean, like I said, I think Hernandez wins. If I had to pick, I mean, I'm going to pick Hernandez over the 38-year-old in that sense. But I'm not laying because look at Hollowball, man. I mean, he's fought Krucheski. I mean, that's not a great fighter, but he was the underdog and he won there unanimous. He only lost to Trey Ogden, Trey Ogden is actually pretty good. He finished Austin Hubbard, right? And he's fought people in the past the first time, and when he was in UFC, he lost, but he fought like Thiago Moises, Shane Burgos, Marcelo. So I mean, he's got the experience. But I'm not betting him either, just unless it's on that knockout. So I'm going Hernandez just to finish it all off. Next up, man, what do we got? Whoa. We got Soo Woo Choi against Kevin Vallejos. That one, yeah, this is another Contender Series guy, 14-1, real young kid. He's only 23 years old, and he's a huge favorite, huge favorite. And he's one of those Asian-looking Hispanics that you were talking about. They call him El Chino.
Hey, who? Soo Woo?
No, Kevin Vallejos.
Oh.
But yeah, he's minus 600 right now. Suwoo Choi's plus 425. Crazy. I mean, Suwoo Choi, his record's not sexy. He's not going to be champ, but he has way more experience. He's a pretty good striker. It's just that he's liable to get finished. And I like Kevin Vallejos here, man. I mean, minus 600 is a little egregious for
especially for a
Contender
new
Series
guy,
young ass kid. Yeah, at 23 years old is egregious. We seen what happened with Peyton Talbot.
Well, he's getting his cheeks clapped by Frank Ocean, so that's affecting him.
A tornado up your ass.
But yeah, Suwoo, you said he got the Bloods on call whenever he wants. But I gotta go with Vallejos, man. Shout out Vallejo 707. Shout out Demo. Yeah, just because his last name is Vallejo, I gotta go with him.
Yeah, I'm with that too, man. And I fuck it. I might throw him in that greasy parlay.
7.
Grease it up. Grease it up. Lube it up. Okay. Here we go. We're getting to some more bangers here. We got the co-main event here. Chidi Njokuan
Damn, this is the co-main
Njokuani
event. Fucking
against
trash.
Alezu Zaleski. 25-8, man. This is at 170.
Yeah.
Zaleski is known for his capoeira style, Brazilian dude. He is 38 years old. There's a lot of old dudes on this card, all right?
It's the OGs.
But he's, pretty solid. He won his last fight by knockout.
Yeah,
He
I
was
gotta.
like a minus 800 favorite against a nobody.
Yeah, Chitty
But
and. Oh yeah, go ahead.
and then he lost to Randy Brown most recently before that. And then that
Bomba
draw
clock.
by Renat Frikadinov, it was a majority draw. So a little sketchy, but Chitty and Njokuani, he's actually not that
Yeah.
young either. He's 36, great
Yeah,
shape.
he's the OG.
He's a pure striker pretty much. Has the long limbs. He's gonna try and knock you
Yeah,
out.
if he don't knock you out, like I don't know. He been kind of sketchy lately. I think he did win his last fight though, right?
Yeah, he did. He beat Jared Gooden by decision, and then before that, he beat Reese McKee by decision.
Reese McKee.
By split decision. So, yeah, man. I think he's what do we got in the odds here? We got Zaleski's a minus 180 right now, and Chitty's plus 155. Man, this is a tough matchup. The odds I think are kind of right here, and I gotta go with Zaleski. I don't love it, but I'm picking it. I'm picking Zaleski because I think Chitty, he's a better striker, but he's shown some sus moments on his chin when he kind of starts getting pieced up, he folds. Whereas Zaleski, I've seen him get pieced up and he don't fold. He just keeps trying to fight to the death.
Nah, yeah, for sure, man. Chitty be a letdown on a lot of stuff. He came into the scene on the UFC like booming, so sleeping fools, but then he kind of he fizzled out. And then Zaleski's he's been doing his thing. I feel like he got the more experience. If he don't get slept, but for sure I gotta go with that fool too. Zaleski. Zesty.
And the main event here, man, we get to the main event, which is a rematch from Marvin Vettori against Roman Dolidze. Man, this is crazy that they booked this. The rematch. Yeah, I think they fought last in March 18th of 2023, where Marvin Vettori won by unanimous decision.
Which was a robbery. Yeah.
Yes, it was an interesting robbery. And
I had Vettori, but then I was watching the fight and he was getting cracked out. He was getting pieced up. That's when I was like, damn, this fool Roman's for real. And and then this is Roman Dolidze back at 185 also, right?
Yep. This is gonna be at 185.
Because he was fighting at 205 the last couple fights, right? He beat Lionheart and who else he beat?
Yep. He beat Kevin Holland at 185. So he already went back to the 185 weight. So to me, I was kind of worried about the weight cut. But he's able to do it. He's in good shape. He's one of those outdoorsmen from the Caucasus.
Well, Kevin Holland broke his hand or something, right? Where he couldn't come back out.
His ribs.
But he was getting his ass kicked the first round though.
Yeah, exactly. And then his ribs fucked up. So man, I'm I think it's gonna be one of my best bets here.
He's an underdog right now too, right?
Yep, I'm going on the underdog here. But I got Dolidze. He's at plus 135, so somebody's betting on Marvin Vettori.
Damn, and then his nickname is the Caucasian. That's crazy.
Yes. So I'm going with the Caucasian. Roman Dolidze. Yes, let's go. Underdog. Let's go.
I got to go on that Jorah. This time I'm, last time I was on Vettori hard, but Vettori hasn't fought in a minute. We didn't even get to that. Vettori's been missing in action. His last fight was against Cannonier, and he got his ass kicked in that fight, I want to say. Yeah, see, he got gifted the Dolidze fight, but he could be on a 3-fight losing streak right now.
Exactly. And the thing is, I think he only has one way to win, which is by points. Yeah, exactly.
That's how he won last time, but I feel like the Italian Dream versus the Caucasian. He's these nicknames. But I just feel like Dolidze's been putting the work, especially all the hype for the Georgians right now. Been getting a lot of love in the MMA. I think he's gonna be forefront, especially for 185. They don't have a big guy like that. So, and I think they both train together, right? Aren't they both out of Extreme Couture?
I don't know where Marvin Vettori's training at anymore. But the other guy, I think so.
Yeah. But yeah. Also the inactivity from Vettori, and he's also been talking about he sucks now. He been his tweets be going viral for weird shit. So I feel like I gotta go with the underdog on here.
He's spotty for sure.
Yep.
What's the under over here? 4.5 rounds at -215. Damn, will this go 5? This is a 5-rounder. That does kind of play, I think, advantage for Vettori because he does. The one thing he does have is I feel like he has some decent cardio, but Dolidze's cardio has gotten a lot better over
Yeah.
the years.
But
So
I think Dolidze will get him out of here this time. What's Dolidze by TKO?
Dolidze by TKO is plus 375.
Yeah, I'll probably sprinkle something on that on top of the money line for sure.
Yeah, tell him to get him out of there.
Nah, yeah, because Vittoria ain't been fighting like that, And that
Exactly.
if you look at it too, he's one of them old school middleweights is like that are fading away now. It's like him, where's Paulo Costa? Like, yeah, that era is like leaving now.
I feel like Paulo Costa had a really short era. He was just more talk. Like
He's just
he
always
didn't
hurt.
actually fight. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just always just viral, and then like it's just pause, but crazy ass physique. You know what I mean?
But
So everybody always just thought he's like steroided up and just like juiced out. Well, yeah, the secret juice.
the use now he does OnlyFans. Or whatever. But yeah, man, let's get to best bets, man. I think there's some spots on here, for sure. What do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I just go first. Right off the rip, put me with the Elite straight up.
The Elite plus 135.
Also, I'm gonna do straight bet with I'm gonna go with the hype train, man. Sure, I'm gonna go with Unizi Dubang.
Duben. Duben, she's plus what 330 right now.
Yeah.
Duben, okay.
Damn, this shit is trash. I guess put me I'm gonna do a couple parlays now. Let's do Hernandez.
It is.
Who was I looking at? This card is trash. Oh yeah, Elizu Zizi Dos Santos,
Zaleski.
and then Andre Lima,
Lima, yeah, that's a good one.
and then yeah, I guess just put me a straight up bet with this Cachoeira. Fuck it,
Yeah, I was looking at it too. Cachoeira plus 150.
chasing the plus.
A lot of live dogs, bro. On this is the type of cards where a lot of times trash cards. That means people are live. It's not a lot of just like big names,
Yeah,
Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna start out same thing with Dolidze, man. I just can't pass that up. Plus 135. You gotta go in that vibe. Oh yeah, man. Ryan Spann. I'm saying Ryan Spann, man. Plus one. Span. And I'm gonna go parlay right now with Nergoze, Lima, and Vallejos.
Vallejo, man.
Yeah, and then what was the other one I want to go? I guess I'm going with. Man, I hate to give the same one, but I like that one too, man.
Which one?
Cachoeira.
Fuck it. Let's ride it. Pause.
Cachoeira. Looking for another 8-0 week.
Hey,
But yeah, man,
4-3.
we're trying to roll through, get that plus money, keep this momentum going while we have nonstop. UFC's been on fire, man. We've been rolling.
Yeah, it's
WWE's been on fire.
all the way to 420.
Before we wrap up real quick, we touch on it. I know we don't talk about boxing. What do you think about that Greece situation from Tank?
Oh yeah, it was some bullshit. So was boxing, but yeah,
It
he
was a
said
good
it's
matchup though.
yeah, he did that phony shit and like went down on the knee. The referee should have been more stern. That's one thing I like about what happened over the weekend. The guy did two low blows in the first round or second round, and he took away a point.
Yes.
So
We're
shout out
cracking
to
down
that
on points.
referee. You know what I mean? Actually did something. Use your job and do it for real.
Mhm.
Like, cause yeah, that was like, that was like good that they did that finally. Cause that's the thing, like, you gotta learn how to clean it up, man. I mean, as a fighter, I get it.
Yeah,
You need any like chance over. If I can kick you in the nuts and get over, and be like, hey, like
and just
kick me in the nuts.
even slow this shit down and just
Yeah,
take a
or they're
break.
like, or an eye poke or some shit,
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. I'm gonna do it. I'm just call me dirty, but yeah, if you're not getting
hey,
in trouble, if you see you can get away with it, you're gonna do it. You know what I
Eddie
mean?
Guerrero.
So you lie, cheating, and stealing. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. But yeah. See, shout out to the refs that's trying to be more stern and shit like that, because that really fucks up the fight. Like, yeah, try getting kicked in the balls or like what happened to Cejudo. Like, yeah, he really got like a little chunk out of his shit. So shout out to that. But yeah, the boxing thing with Tank, boxing knows on some bullshit. We'll see what happens now with the UFC. Dana White, like we talked about on the group chat on Wax, they just partnered up with Turkey and they're gonna take over
Ooh,
boxing. So
wow, this is kind of like that's such a Dana thing to do too. Like to be like after all these UFC people try to take a stand when he doesn't let them box and stuff, and they
well,
go on their own and the Francis
well,
Ngannou
the thing
shit.
is, Dana White came from boxing, and then
Yeah,
like he's been trying to get into boxing forever. But the thing is, they always do like bullshit because the way boxing works is like, oh, it's all for them. Like everybody has their own thing, but now all that shit's dying out, especially because what's been going on with the Saudi Arabia dude. So it's
yeah.
like, yeah,
It's all these promotions now. It's like let's just get it UFC business model and get everyone under there, but the money situation
yeah.
also
Because
plays
look at all the shit we lost, bro. Like, there's no more HBO boxing. That was like, historic. Also, Showtime boxing, like all that shit's fucking gone because they fucked up, and they didn't make boxing pop and never want to do the big fights or nothing like that. So now with this, it's gonna make all the
out.
fights you want to see
Riyadh season. That's
for
a to the
real.
rescue. But yeah, man, appreciate y'all. Let's keep this shit going and smoke out. Peace.